Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. This is DaisyCellar, and I'm Divya. And yeah, a lot has changed since I've sat down and made my last video. And as you can see, I'm in a new space, and I have an amazing sewing machine here, which has been such a great tool. I've got so much to talk about. I've started an Etsy business, DaisyCellarStudio, where I've been hand making scrunchies with this amazing tool here. And yeah, I did my first market last Thursday, which went so well. I didn't know what to expect, and I stressed a lot trying to prepare for it because I didn't know what to expect, but it went really well. Made around, it wasn't like anything outrageous, but made $150 selling my handmade scrunchies, and I was just so amazed at myself. And I'm sorry if I sound a bit nasally, it's been like hay fever season here in Australia. But yeah, it was so surreal that this thing that I'd been working on in my spare time and just putting all my effort into actually being seen by people, and people talking to me about it and coming to the stall and asking questions and wanting to follow the Instagram, um, and like appreciating my work, which I've put my heart into, like being seen for something that you put your like heart into and so much effort into is just so rewarding. And so I've really been working on that, and I have a lot to talk about since doing all that. And I always have had a lot to talk about, but I guess this is something I'm really excited about. It's sometimes you have so much to talk about that you can't think of anything to talk about at all, but then you start something like this and it becomes a wellspring of opportunity and information and connection, and it's just so bizarre. It's still a learning curve, and um I've only started the Etsy shop for 2 months, so it's fairly new, but I've already made a few sales and on my store. If you want to check it out, it's called DaisyCellarStudio. I make handmade scrunchies, and I'm thinking of making other things like different hair accessories and having some digital prints on there too of my artwork. It's like really, I know I've been on here talking about as a creative how I've been wanting to really like start to make money off of creating, because I don't want to work a 9 to 5, and I'm not made to, and I know a lot of people resonate with that and they feel the same way, and it's just so hard to begin and like carry on, especially when you're just doing it on your own and the people around you don't understand. And it's like just like a bit of a milestone, I guess. It's just and honestly, if I can do it, you can do it, because I just started off with an idea and a dream and a sense that no one's else's thoughts or feelings on this matter in particular matter to me. And it's just been something that's been mine, and it's something that I created that only existed in my mind at one point, and now it exists in the world. And as it changes inside me, it changes outside me now. And I think that having something that validates you and your feelings and your thoughts by existing in the outside world is so like magnificent, because now, before I was tuning the key inside myself, if that makes sense. So I was creating something with no outside reference. And by creating something, I just mean my identity and self-concept. I was creating it inside myself, and I had nothing to reference it in my outside world. So it was only something that I kept to myself. And now it exists in the world, and as I improve things internally, they improve externally, and vice versa. And it's really that concept of as within, so without, as above, so below. Like, reality is really just a projection of your internal state. And I think persistence has been one of the main challenges, because how do you believe in something that doesn't exist and continue to every day until it does? It sounds like madness. And it wasn't until I realized that everyone to some degree is delusional. It's just a matter of how much. And whatever you're delusional about happens because you believe it, and it is, and it exists, and it happens, and it looks different to everyone. You could believe that you're going to be on the big screen and you end up there someday, or you could believe that you can create for a living and it starts happening. It still feels so surreal, and it really is early days. But if it's something you really care about and your heart is in it, then there's no reason that it won't work, because even if it doesn't, even if you make mistakes along the way, you learn from them. It's you don't have to make a grand mistake every 5 years or 10 years to tear your life down and rebuild it, because you hit that point where it got left too long, you left it too long, and because you're avoiding the ache of making a mistake or facing a mistake. I guess for me it was about like becoming comfortable with making those mistakes and pivoting necessarily, and taking every mistake as an opportunity, and every day as a new day to learn more and to input myself in an area that matters to me, outside of my life and the things I'm obligated to do on a day-to-day basis, like take care of myself, go to work, social things, stuff like that, you know. And yeah, I have no words, honestly. I only dreamed that I would do something like this, and it happened the way it did. I didn't intend to start a scrunchie business and sell handmade scrunchies, but here I am. It's just like how it sort of happened was, I really wanted to sew. And so before I got this sewing machine, I got a very basic sewing machine, which just had all the basic tool, like basic settings on it, and I taught myself how to use it and sew with it. And as I started sewing more things, that machine became a bit too fragile. The motor wasn't that great on it, so I decided to upgrade. And that's when it kind of went to next level, because now I'm using this thing and I'm making things that are really nice. So I was making tote bags and pouches, and I started making scrunchies, and I just really like fell in love with a part of it because I started making these scrunchies and I was just so interested in the different fabric designs and the different textures of fabric and the the different types of scrunchies you can make and different types of hair, what outfits to pair them with, and it became an art in itself. Like my creative mind and my way of seeing the world became reflected in this scrunchie business. And so I decided to call my store DaisyCellarStudio because Daisy Cellar is a part of my inner world, and the studio is something that can evolve as I evolve, and who knows what will be next or what it will turn into someday. But right now it's a lovely little scrunchie store where I make different scrunchies and I have fun making them, and a lot of thought goes into the designs, and I have so much fun making them, and I it just completely lights up my world when people see my work and comment on it and let me know their thoughts on it or purchase from my store. It I'm still trying to like figure out how to explain what I feel inside, but it's so incredible, and I really 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 encourage you to do the same if you've got a dream like I have. If you've got the same dream and like you don't know what it is yet, it's actually so beautiful to not know what you want to do, because then you give yourself permission to experiment and explore with different things like I did. I've been doing all types of different things, and sewing has been one of them, and then this business happened, and it doesn't even feel like work. It's just like an extension of me. And the fact that I've made money off of it is just still like I'm trying to understand that that is like actually what I've done. Not that it's something that I can do. It's just like this big leap from something you think you might be able to achieve, and then to actually achieve it. I feel like your mind takes a little bit to catch up to that, but your heart just knows that this was always the way it was supposed to be. But anyways, I just wanted to come on here and talk a bit about that, and I have a lot more to talk about, and I can't wait to share like my process and how I did my Etsy store. I'm sure a lot of people who want to start out would like to know, and yeah, like thank you for being here on this journey with me, and I'm so excited to see what comes next. And yeah, make it a good week, and I'll see you in the next video.